You have come this far, perhaps in search of rest, perhaps in search of a silent refuge, or maybe just curious to discover if words can truly transform your inner state. Perhaps your mind is tired from so many demands, so many commitments, so many external voices. Perhaps anxiety, stress, or even a deep sadness approached you today, like a shadow that insists on not leaving. I understand. And I want to start by saying something important. This is not just more content to fill your time. What you are about to hear is a narrative path that, if you allow yourself, can ease the weight on your shoulders, dissolve the tension that lives in your body, soften the pressure of the mind, and open a window of peace that has been waiting for you for a long time. This is not an empty invitation. It is a process that heals the body and soul, that rescues what you feel you have lost, the ability to simply rest. I know you might be thinking, can some words spoken in a calm manner really help me sleep, calm me down, bring me serenity? And I answer, yes they can. Because the word is not just sound. The word is vibration, it is a bridge. It is energy that crosses the silence and touches what you also keep in silence. The right word, spoken at the right time, can be like an invisible medicine that doesn't weigh but heals. It can be like a melody without music, that cradles your breath and softens every beat of your heart. And that is exactly what you are about to experience. Not just a text, but a journey towards sleep, towards serenity, towards reconnecting with your lightest essence. First, subscribe to the channel and tell me where you are listening from. Now, you need to allow yourself to put the phone aside and focus on you. Because this moment does not belong to the demands of the world. It belongs to you. This is your time for withdrawal. It is the moment when life can stop demanding so much and start offering a little more silence, rest, and comfort. Embrace this experience without rush, without pressure, only with the desire to surrender. Take a deep breath. Feel the air enter, gently filling your lungs. Hold it for a brief moment and then release it slowly, like someone releasing a weight that no longer makes sense to carry. The air that leaves takes with it the accumulated worries of the day. Breathe again, calmly, effortlessly, just feeling that the simple act of breathing is enough to begin bringing peace. As you breathe, notice. Your body begins to relax little by little, each part finding the rest it deserves. And now allow my voice to guide your attention. Imagine that every word you hear is like a soft thread of light, slowly descending over your head and enveloping you, enveloping your shoulders, enveloping your arms until it reaches your hands. This thread of light continues to descend, reaching your chest, your belly, your legs until it reaches your feet. You are enveloped, wrapped, in a cloak of serenity that protects and nourishes. Everything that was difficult today can be set aside. Everything that is to come tomorrow does not need to be thought about now. In this moment, the only commitment is to rest. It is to self-care. It is to the right to simply exist without effort. Close the eyes of your mind, even if your physical eyes are still open. Close the eyes of your mind to the pressures. Close the eyes of your mind to the expectations. And open only the door to tranquility. Because here in this space, nothing is demanded of you beyond allowing yourself to feel. The sound of my voice is just a guide. But the true path is within you. It is in the silence that opens between one breath and another. It is in the surrender to the present moment where life asks for nothing, where the world does not pressure, where you can simply rest. Now imagine yourself walking in a serene place, a space created just for you. It doesn't matter if it's a silent beach at dusk, an open field where the wind gently touches your skin, or perhaps a small wooden house surrounded by trees that dance slowly. What matters is that this place exists within you, kept in a memory or in an imagination so real that the body begins to believe. Your feet touch the ground of this place, and with each step, you feel the tension dissolving. It's as if each step is a farewell to anxiety, as if each movement is a liberation from what weighed on your mind. Notice the landscape around you. The colors don't need to be strong. They can be soft, as if painted by delicate hands that wish only to bring calm. The sound, if there is any, is just a gentle murmur. Perhaps the swaying of leaves in the wind, perhaps the distant movement of waves, or perhaps just the silence, so deep it becomes music. This scene demands nothing from you, it only welcomes. It does not judge, it does not pressure, it does not expect. It simply is, just as you simply are. And together, you and this place build a presence that calms and sustains. As you walk, notice how your breathing becomes slower and slower, more and more steady. The air enters with gentleness, almost unnoticed, and leaves carrying any residue of restlessness. Feel how your mind begins to quiet. Thoughts may still arise, but they pass like clouds crossing the sky. You observe, but you don't need to follow them. They just come and go. What remains is the feeling of repose, a repose that spreads like a gentle wave that touches the skin and dives right to the heart. And when that wave reaches the heart, something begins to transform. You feel as if there is a soft flame, small but very constant, warming from the inside out. This flame does not burn, it soothes. This flame is the reminder that, despite all the struggles, despite all the difficult days, there exists within you a silent strength, a source of peace that never went out. Perhaps you don't always perceive it, perhaps it has been hidden under the weight of so many responsibilities, but it is there, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. And this moment is now. Allow yourself to rest in this flame. Allow this internal warmth to spread through your body, to reach your shoulders, your back, to relieve the stored tensions. Imagine each muscle receiving this warmth, as if it were an invisible hug that loosens, that releases, that surrenders. The more you surrender, the more lightness you feel. And the more lightness you feel, the deeper the rest that approaches. Now listen, the silence around you is not empty. It is full. Full of comfort, full of care, full of possibilities. In silence, you discover that you don't need to run anywhere. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. In silence, you discover that just existing is already enough. And that life, in its purest form, reveals itself precisely when you stop. When you allow yourself to do nothing beyond breathing and feeling. Let yourself be here. There is no hurry. There is no destination. Just this instant, which stretches, which expands, which becomes eternal within you like a memory of peace. Because whenever you need to, you can return to this place. It is engraved in you like a refuge always available, like a shelter that never closes. Just close your eyes, just breathe, just allow yourself. Now that you have found this space of calm, allow it to become more vivid. Imagine yourself sitting or lying down in this serene place, supporting your body so there is no effort at all. Feel the gentle contact of the surface that holds you, be it sand, grass, or a comfortable armchair by an open window. Let yourself be supported, allow the weight to distribute, and feel how every part of your body finds rest. Your head rests, your shoulders release, your arms relax. Your legs no longer support and simply exist. Your entire body finally finds the right to stop. In this instant, there is nothing you need to do. No decision needs to be made, no problem needs to be solved. Everything that once seemed urgent can wait. Time now does not run. It merely expands, as if every second were an open field where you can walk without a destination, just feeling the breeze that touches your face. And as you surrender to this repose, the mind begins to transform. That internal voice that so often speaks loudly, demanding, criticizing, reminding, begins to grow distant. It's as if someone turned down the volume until the silence took over again. And in that silence you perceive something precious. Your mind does not need to be always busy for you to exist. Your mind can rest, it can grow quiet, it can simply observe. And when it rests, you discover that within you there is a vast space, as vast as the sky that opens on tranquil nights. Look into that internal sky. See how wide it is, how it has no limits. Clouds of thoughts may cross it, but none are permanent. They all move, they all transform, they all disappear. And what remains is the open space, the infinity of serenity that nothing can erase. That sky is you. It is the calm essence that was always there, even when thoughts tried to cover it. Feel now how this internal space touches the body. It's as if every cell begins to breathe too, as if every part of you is enveloped by an invisible breath that renews and restores. This breath travels across your skin, enters your muscles, reaches your bones. It enters the heart, softens each beat, balances the rhythm that sustains your life. This breath also reaches your mind, bringing clarity and lightness. It spreads like a tranquil tide that touches every corner of who you are. Allow yourself to rest on this sea. Imagine you are lying on serene waters, supported effortlessly. The body floats, the mind rests, and the soul feels free. There is no fear in this sea, no weight, no hurry. Only the certainty that you are safe, protected, enveloped by something greater that cares for you without asking for anything in return. And the more you float, the deeper the rest that settles in. Perhaps you begin to feel sleep approaching. It does not come abruptly. It comes like a gentle breeze, which first touches the skin, then cradles the senses, until it finally closes the curtains of consciousness. But there is no need to rush. Sleep will come at the right time, like a silent visitor who enters when everything is already prepared to receive it. And you are preparing that space now. The body relaxed, the mind tranquil, the breath serene. Let sleep be welcome. Let it find you like a child finds the lap that soothes them. Do not fight it, do not wait for it, just allow. Because when the surrender is complete, sleep does not need to be sought. It simply arrives. And now imagine that the night has fully arrived. The dark sky stretches above you, but it does not bring fear. It brings comfort. The stars shine like small silent lanterns, and each one seems to whisper that all is well, that everything can rest. The moon, full or crescent, appears as a gentle gaze that watches you with tenderness, reminding you that the night exists to restore, to renew, to return to the heart what the day took away. Feel the coolness of the night like an invisible blanket. It envelopes your skin and calms any remaining trace of agitation. There are no more loud noises, only the gentle harmony of the night that cradles. Perhaps you hear the distant song of a cricket, or perhaps just the silence that seems alive. Every sound or absence of sound is part of a lullaby that nature itself offers. In this moment, notice how time seems to slow down. Rushing no longer makes sense. The world can wait. What truly matters is this dive inward, where there are no pressures, no judgments, where all there is the permission to rest. Your body thanks you, your mind thanks you, your soul thanks you. Allow yourself to imagine that each star above you sends down a soft beam of light. These lights descend and touch your forehead, illuminating your mind with serenity. Then they touch your heart, warming it with calm and compassion. Next, they touch your hands and your feet as if erasing any remnant of fatigue. Gradually, you become part of this night, part of this sky, part of this silent immensity that welcomes all. And as this fusion happens, notice, you no longer need to hold on. You can let go completely. You can trust. Sleep is like a tranquil river, and you are already lying on its bank, ready to be gently carried away. There is no effort, no resistance, only surrender. If any thought still insists on arising, look at it as one looks at a leaf being carried by the current. It passes, moves on, and does not return. You don't need to follow it, you don't need to hold on. Just observe and allow it to go. Soon, the river becomes silent, with only the sound of calm water, and your mind follows this rhythm, slower and slower, until it almost falls asleep. You are safe. You are protected. Nothing can interrupt the rest that is now approaching. Sleep is inevitable, but it does not need to be forced. It will come as a natural blessing, like the sunset that surrenders to the horizon without effort. Your body already knows how to rest, your mind already knows how to be silent, your soul already knows how to trust. And so, you can fall asleep with the certainty that this moment belongs only to you. There is nothing to prove, nothing to solve, nothing to fear. Just close your eyes, take one more deep breath, and allow yourself to be carried by the silent embrace of the night. Sleep in peace. Let the night take care of you. Let sleep repair every part of what needs to be restored. And know, this path we have walked together will continue, leading you to even deeper states of serenity and rest. You have already begun to surrender to the silence of the night, but now the path deepens. Imagine that beyond the starry sky, there is a trail illuminated by small lights that shine like delicate lanterns scattered on the ground. This trail is an invitation to go further, but without hurry, without the need to reach a defined place. Each step is soft, almost floating, and leads you to dive even deeper into a state of calm and repose. With each step, the ground seems to welcome your feet. There is no weight, no effort. It's as if the very ground wants to support you, as if it were saying, "Here you are safe, here you can rest." The air around you is fresh but not cold. It is pure, transparent, and every breath brings a feeling of renewal. You feel that each inhalation cleanses not only the body but also the thoughts that still try to remain. As you walk, you begin to perceive distant sounds. They are not city sounds, not noises that bother. They are natural sounds, gentle, that remind you of the harmony of life when it reveals itself in its simplest form. Perhaps it's the water of a stream sliding over stones, perhaps the gentle song of a nocturnal bird, or perhaps just the continuous whisper of the wind. These sounds are like ancient songs that seem to know the human heart and know exactly how to calm it. And suddenly the trail opens into a larger space. Before you is a secret garden, illuminated by moonlight. The flowers are not asleep. They remain open, revealing subtle colors that glow under the silvery light. There is a scent in the air, delicate, that reminds you of freshness, of purity, of childhood. This scent is not strong, not invasive. It is just enough to touch the memory and awaken sensations of peace that you perhaps haven't felt in a long time. In the center of this garden, there is a serene pond. The water is so tranquil it seems a perfect mirror, reflecting the starry sky above. Looking at this calm surface, you perceive something important. The pond is like your mind when it finds silence. Without waves, without agitation, it reflects everything with clarity. The entire sky fits within it. And you realize the same happens within you. When the body rests and the mind grows quiet, you also become capable of reflecting infinity. Sit at the edge of this pond. Place your feet in the water and notice how it is warm, pleasant, as if it had the exact temperature to soothe. Every touch of the water on your feet and ankles dissolves a little more tension, a little more fatigue. It's as if this pond were made for you, as if it knew exactly what you need to be restored. Close your eyes and just feel. The garden envelopes you, the scent comforts you, the pond embraces you. Everything around you seems to sing the same melody. Rest. You deserve it. You can. There is no opposing voice, no doubt. Just this silent call that invites surrender. And as you surrender, you notice that time no longer exists as it used to. Minutes and hours lose their meaning. What exists is just the now, the gentle now, the eternal now, the now that demands nothing beyond repose. As you remain by the pond, something magical begins to happen. The water's surface, so calm and reflective, begins to show not only the sky above but also what you carry inside. It is like a mirror of the soul, revealing memories of moments when you were at peace, when everything seemed light and possible. It might be a distant memory from childhood, when you would lie down without worries to look at the sky. It might be a simple instant of silence amid a busy day when for a few seconds the world stopped and you took a deep breath. These moments come to you not to bring longing, but to remind you. Peace was always present, just waiting to be found again. The pond's reflection then begins to transform into soft images. You see green fields, you see flowers slowly opening, you see birds crossing the horizon. Each image is an invitation to let the mind rest even more. The more you observe, the less effort you feel. The more you surrender, the deeper the rest that settles in your body. The pond is not just a setting, it is a door. A door that opens to a world of endless calm, a world where nothing is lacking, where nothing weighs, where nothing threatens. Allow this door to open completely. Imagine yourself entering this reflection, as if diving gently into the waters without getting wet. It is a smooth crossing, almost imperceptible. Suddenly, you are on the other side in an even more welcoming, even more silent space. It's as if you were inside a dream where everything is familiar and, at the same time, completely new. In this space, there are paths of light drawn on the ground, like golden rivers indicating where to walk. You follow them without fear because you perceive that every step is guided, every movement is protected. The air is light, almost ethereal. And with every breath, you feel that not only does the body relax, but the very soul breathes along. Around you, tall trees appear with wide canopies moving gently with the wind. The leaves emit a delicate sound, like whispers of words you cannot understand but somehow know. They say that everything is all right, that there is nothing to fear, that you can continue surrendering. These trees seem ancient, like guardians that have always been there, waiting for your rest. And in the middle of this grove there is a clearing. The grass is soft as if made of clouds. Lie down on it. Feel how it supports your body, as if molding to every curve so you don't need to adjust anything. The ground is not hard, not cold. It holds you like a lap. And when the body finds this lap, it finally releases any remaining trace of tension. The shoulders drop, the breath becomes even slower, the heart beats at a tranquil pace as if keeping time with the very earth. Now look at the open sky above this clearing. It is no longer just dark. It is dotted with stars that seem closer. They shine with a soft intensity as if they wanted to warm you with their light. Some stars seem to blink in a measured way, almost like lighthouses saying, "We are here, you are not alone, you were never alone." Remain like this, looking at this sky, feeling the body supported, feeling the soul light. This is the point where rest is not only physical. It is a rest that goes beyond. It's as if everything inside you aligns, as if every part finally finds its place. And gradually you notice that sleep is approaching again. It comes like a warm breeze that glides over the skin. You don't need to do anything, just allow. Sleep already knows the way to you. In the clearing where you rest, something new begins to happen. The sky, already dotted with stars, slowly moves as if it were a living veil. The constellations seem to slide to form patterns that only you can see. They are subtle forms, like symbols that speak directly to the heart, reminding you that life has a greater rhythm, a secret harmony that is not always revealed during the day but becomes clear in the calm of the night. You observe these celestial drawings without effort. They come and go like images in a dream, and there is no need to understand them with the mind. What matters is what they awaken in you. A feeling of belonging, as if the entire universe knew of your existence and welcomed you exactly as you are. There is no demand for change, no pressure for perfection. Just the soft acceptance that you are part of something greater, and that is enough. As you contemplate, you feel your body becoming even heavier on the soft grass. It is a good weight, a weight of surrender, as if you were merging with the earth that supports you. Every muscle releases, every joint rests, every part settles. Even your breathing seems to join the rhythm of the world. Inhaling when the earth inhales, exhaling when the earth exhales. You no longer breathe alone. You breathe together with life. Then something soft touches your skin. It might be the wind, it might be imagination, it might be something beyond that. This touch does not scare. It comforts. It is as if an invisible hand were caressing your face, reminding you that you are cared for, reminding you that you can rest without fear. This silent gesture reinforces that nothing is out of place, that every detail is part of the rest you deserve. At this moment, the sounds around become clearer. The rustling of leaves, the gentle song of a nocturnal bird, even the silence between the sounds becomes perceptible. Everything seems to be in perfect synchrony, and you realize that you are in tune too. Your mind no longer runs, jumps, or gets lost in worries. It just follows the slow tempo of the environment, like a lullaby that cradles every cell of your being. Imagine now that small lights begin to appear around the clearing. They are like fireflies dancing softly in the air. They don't illuminate much, just enough to create a delicate, almost hypnotic spectacle. You watch them float, appear and disappear without hurry, without order. This light dance is another invitation to release what remains of tension. The more you observe, the calmer you feel, the deeper the body rests. These fireflies seem to approach, but not intrusively. They just let themselves be seen up close, until some settle beside you like little guardians of light. They say nothing, but their presence is a clear message. You are protected, you can surrender completely. And it is at this point that sleep almost reaches you. You feel your eyelids grow heavy, you feel your breathing lengthen, you feel your mind beginning to drift away from consciousness. But there is still a thin thread of lucidity, just enough to perceive. Everything is all right. Sleep can come when it wants, and you will receive it like one receives an old friend. The fireflies continue to dance, but your vision begins to soften gently. It is not an effort. It is just the body announcing that it is ready to cross the border between wakefulness and dream. Every point of light moving in the air seems to transform into a shooting star that dissolves on the horizon. It's as if the sky and the earth united in a single silent symphony to cradle your rest. And you realize that you no longer need to hold on to anything. The thoughts have become so light they disappear before even being formed. There is nothing to control. The body surrenders, the mind surrenders, the heart surrenders. What remains is just a feeling of total surrender, as if being gently carried by invisible arms. Now imagine a warm breeze sweeps through the whole environment. It touches the clearing, moves the leaves, dances among the fireflies. And as it touches you, it carries away what was left of weight. The breeze blows softly on your forehead, your shoulders, your legs. It says without words, sleep. I will take care of you. And in that instant, any resistance disappears. You know you can trust. In this state, time ceases to exist. Sleep does not need to be sought. It is already here. It settles like a calm tide, slowly covering the sand until everything is enveloped. First, it reaches the feet, then the legs, then the chest, until every part is immersed in repose. It is a tide of peace, and you float in it effortlessly. And if by chance a memory or worry still tries to arise, it dissolves before even forming, like a drop that falls into deep waters and disappears without a trace. Nothing is able to interrupt the flow of this rest. Nothing is able to disturb the silence that has already taken hold of you. Now all there is the invitation to sleep deeply. Your body is light, your mind is quiet, your soul is tranquil. You can close your eyes completely without fear, without hurry, just allowing yourself to be led. Sleep is inevitable, but it is not an imposition. It is a gift. And so the second part of this journey ends. You are already in a state of rest deeper than when you began. The garden, the pond, the clearing, the fireflies, all of it remains as a setting stored in your memory, ready to receive you whenever you need. Just return, just breathe, just allow yourself. Now let sleep follow its natural course. It will come like the sunset that surrenders to the horizon, like the moon that ascends silently, like the tide that covers the sand effortlessly. You are already ready. You are already at peace. Sleep already touches your mind like a distant song, but the journey continues softly, leading you through even deeper territories of serenity. Imagine now that, upon opening the eyes of your imagination, you are no longer in the clearing. The setting has changed smoothly, as happens in dreams, without effort, without rupture. You find yourself before a bridge made of light. It is not solid like stone, but it is firm like trust. This bridge stretches over a tranquil river, and on the other side you perceive an even more silent space, as if it were a secret sanctuary of the night. You decide to cross. Each step on the bridge is like a deep breath. Each step dissolves even more of what remained of fatigue. The river below reflects the sky, also reflecting the stars that seem to multiply with every instant. It's as if the entire universe were accompanying your crossing, guiding you beyond what you know, beyond the worries left behind. Upon crossing the bridge, you arrive at a vast field. It is wide open with no visible limits. The grass glows faintly as if illuminated from within. The ground seems to pulse in sync with your heart, reminding you that life has a natural rhythm and that when you surrender to that rhythm, everything becomes easier, lighter. In the middle of this field, there is a circle of ancient stones. They seem to have been placed there long ago, as if guarding memories that belong not only to you but to all who have sought rest. As you approach, you notice that these stones emit a soft warmth. Touching them, you feel that you are not alone. There is a silent force that has always accompanied you, even in moments when you believed you were lost. Lie down inside this circle. The ground there is softer, warmer, as if made especially to welcome. As soon as your body touches this space, you feel a flow of calm energy rising from the earth, passing through your back, your shoulders, your head. It is like an invisible wave that travels through every part of you, restoring, healing, balancing. The mind, already tranquil, plunges even deeper. Thoughts not only diminish, they disappear like mist before the sun. What remains is a soft, broad awareness that does not need to think to exist. You are present, but at the same time you float. You are awake but also dreaming. It is a state between worlds where everything is possible and everything is peace. Above, the stars seem to form a circle aligned with the stones around you. You realize you are at the center of a cosmic harmony, a silent dance between sky and earth. And in this center you are welcomed. The entire universe seems to sing for you to sleep, for you to rest, for you to be restored. As you remain lying in the circle of stones, something magical happens. The wind blows softly, not as a force but as a caress, spreading scents of nocturnal flowers you do not yet know. The fragrance is delicate, comforting, as if every molecule carries tranquility to every cell of your body. Breathe deeply and feel how each inhalation carries this scent inside you, calming not only the body but also the mind and soul. The field around begins to change, but almost imperceptibly. Small glimmers appear among the grass, like sparks of light floating softly in the air. They do not illuminate intensely, but create a feeling of coziness, of presence, that something careful watches you silently. Every spark that passes near you seems to carry a message. It is all right, you can rest without fear. In the distance, the sound of running water begins to mix with the silence. It is a stream flowing calmly, as if it knew that your tranquility must be maintained. Every drop that falls, every slight ripple, creates a serene melody that cradles the heart. Allow this silent music to envelop your entire being. Feel how it travels through your arms, your legs, your chest, your mind. It is a melody made for you that leads to the deepest rest, without hurry, without effort. You close your eyes but keep your internal perception open. It's as if you could see, hear, and feel at the same time without needing to strive to understand anything. The field, the circle, the stream, the sparks of light, everything merges into a unique sensation of peace that invades every part of you. Your breathing, slow and regular, accompanies the rhythm of this place, as if synchronized with the universe. As you remain in this state, you notice your body beginning to float lightly above the grass, without losing contact with the ground. It is a sensation of profound lightness, as if every weight has been dissolved and absorbed by the field around you. Every muscle relaxes further, every thought unravels, every remaining emotion finds its place and harmonizes with the silence. And as you float softly, you notice the sparks of light drawing closer, forming small constellations around your body. They do not dazzle, do not bother. They only warm with their faint light, like an invisible embrace, a delicate protection. The more you surrender, the deeper the repose that settles. Every touch of light seems to say, "You belong to this place. You deserve this rest." Now a sensation of soft warmth envelopes your entire body. It is as if an invisible blanket were placed over you, not heavy but enveloping. Every part of your body feels this protection from your feet to the top of your head. It is a comforting warmth that demands nothing, that only consoles. And in this comfort, you perceive that you are ready to let yourself be carried, that sleep approaches naturally, effortlessly, like a gentle breeze that moves through the night. The soft warmth envelopes every part of your body, and now you perceive that even your breathing has become deeper and more rhythmic, like a slow river that flows through every cell. Each inhalation carries peace. Each exhalation releases any remnant of tension or worry. The mind, already so silent, begins to expand, feeling the vastness of the field, the glow of the light sparks, the harmony of the distant water. As you rest, you begin to feel small pulses of energy, soft, that travel through arms and legs, rising through the chest, reaching the heart and head. Each pulse is like a gentle touch from life itself, reminding you that you are alive, but that life can also be calm, that being present requires no effort, that resting is a natural right. These pulses seem to synchronize all the rhythms of your body: circulation, breathing, heartbeat. Everything harmonizes in perfect sync. And gradually the setting around you transforms again. The field becomes more diffuse, as if dissolving into light. The sparks of light multiply, filling the space with a faint but continuous glow. The sound of the stream blends with a distant, soft melody that seems to come from the wind itself, creating a sensation of calm ecstasy, a perfect balance between wakefulness and sleep. You perceive that every detail is now closer to the body. The breeze that caresses the skin, the delicate touch of the warmth, the distant sound of the stream, and the faint light, all combine into a sensation of total and absolute presence. It is as if the universe itself were embracing you, saying it is safe to surrender completely. There is no more need to resist, to think, to plan. Rest has become natural, inevitable, and surrender requires no effort. As consciousness deepens, you perceive soft images floating in the mind. Forms, colors, and movements that require no interpretation, only sensation. They dance slowly, reminding you that everything in life can move at its own pace, and that you can follow, but without hurry, without pressure. Each image gently dissolves any residual sensation of anxiety or worry. And now the deepest sensation begins to emerge. You are completely present but also floating. The body feels light, as if being held by invisible hands while resting completely. The mind clings to nothing. Every thought that arises dissolves. Every emotion that tries to remain is gently neutralized. The silence is now not empty but full, vibrant with serenity. Allow yourself to feel that sleep is already present, near, like a soft tide approaching without hurry. It demands nothing from you beyond surrender. And you surrender slowly, allowing every instant of consciousness to merge with rest, without effort, without resistance, just allowing peace to settle in every cell, every breath, every thought that still floats lightly. The field, the circle of stones, the stream, the sparks of light, everything around you begins to merge into a single sensation of harmony. There are no more borders between sky and earth, between body and environment, between mind and rest. You perceive that everything is connected, that every breath of yours is part of a greater, serene and constant rhythm that flows through the entire universe. As this sensation settles, you feel every cell of your body warming with tranquility. The muscles are loose, the shoulders dropped, the head rested, the legs light. Even the mind, which once sought answers, now only observes in silence, as if floating in a timeless space. It is a space where nothing needs to be done, nothing needs to be remembered, nothing needs to be changed. Just being is enough. The sound of the stream in the distance becomes a soft echo within you, mixing with your very breath. Each inhalation brings calm. Each exhalation takes away any remnant of tension. The lights around continue to dance, but they no longer demand attention. They just exist, adding a feeling of protection and comfort, as if the universe itself were taking care of every detail of your rest. As you rest in this state, you perceive that sleep has already begun to envelop the mind. It is not something abrupt, but a natural, smooth transition, like the sliding of the tide over the sand. Every heartbeat, every pulse of life, now follows the rhythm of that tide. The body surrenders completely and the mind follows, allowing itself to float between wakefulness and dream, between consciousness and surrender. You feel now that you are completely safe, completely comforted. Sleep is just a natural consequence of this space you have created within yourself. Every thought that tries to emerge is gently pushed away. Every sensation of tension is dissolved. You perceive that everything you need to rest deeply is already present. Just allow, just trust, just surrender. And so, as the field, the pond, the clearing, and the circle of stones remain in memory, you let yourself be carried by the deepest rest. It is a rest that heals, that renews, that prepares not only the body but the mind and soul. A rest that prolongs, that expands, that remains even after your eyes close completely. With every breath you feel lighter, deeper, more serene. The entire universe seems to whisper, "Sleep, you are safe, you are cared for, you can surrender completely." And you surrender without fear, without hurry, allowing sleep to follow its natural course, leading you to new stages of rest, tranquility, and serenity. You now find yourself in an even deeper space of your imagination, a place where reality blends delicately with dream. The field dissolves into a dimness illuminated by a soft, diffuse light that does not tire the eyes or demand attention. It simply exists as if created only to envelop you in safety. Every step you take in this space requires no effort, only floating, and the body responds naturally, relaxing even more with each movement. As you advance slowly, you notice the air is imbued with scents that evoke memory and comfort, without words or specific recollections, only sensation. It is a fragrance that soothes, that reminds you of a lap, that reminds you of protection, that reminds you of a silent, safe childhood, where the world seemed small and simple. And as you inhale, every molecule seems to dissolve any tension that could still reside in your body or mind. In this space, time no longer exists as you knew it. There is no past that weighs, no future that demands attention. Only the present, broad and welcoming, where every instant prolongs itself softly as if it were infinite. And in that infinite instant you feel the body resting, feeling every muscle relax, every joint release pressure, every breath deepen without effort. Ahead of you, a bridge of mist appears, delicate and almost ethereal. It stretches over a tranquil valley, where the silence seems solid, almost palpable. You understand that crossing it requires no hurry, no conscious decision. Every step you take on the mist is supported as if invisible hands hold your feet. The heart, once racing with the rhythms of daily life, now beats in sync with your very breathing, slow, constant, serene. As you cross this bridge, the valley is gradually revealed. Flowers of soft colors emerge in delicate patterns, but they do not call attention to themselves. They simply exist, composing a scene of absolute harmony. Among them, small lights float, reminiscent of fireflies, but with an almost magical glow, touching your perceptions subtly and calmingly. Every light that passes awakens in your chest a sensation of peace, of care, of protective presence. The light breeze that moves through this valley is different from anything you felt before. It not only touches the skin but seems to envelop your entire body, caressing every cell, every fiber, every space between thoughts. Feeling this breeze, you notice each breath becomes deeper, more natural, slower. Sleep is not something to be sought. It is merely the natural consequence of all this surrender, of all this safe and comforting space you have built within yourself. The silence of the valley is not empty. It is full, rich, full of sensations that you only feel without needing to name. It envelopes the body and mind, bringing a feeling of completeness, of security, of belonging. You understand that in this space there is nothing to fear. There is no hurry, no obligation, no expectation. There is only the full and constant presence of the now, sustaining every cell of yours in absolute rest. Allow yourself to remain in this moment. There is no need to advance faster. Every prolonged second here is part of the rest you deserve. And as the mind rests in this full silence, the body becomes heavier and heavier, but in a pleasant way, as if floating while resting, as if the weight transformed into comfort. As you remain in the valley, you notice the colors around begin to soften even more, turning into delicate shades of blue, lilac, and silver. Every nuance seems to caress the eyes effortlessly, as if the very air were painted with calm. The outlines of the elements around lose definition, making everything fluid, ethereal, as if floating in a light mist that cradles the body and mind. The sound of the wind is almost imperceptible but present, like a silent song. It mixes with the distant whisper of a stream and with the soft tinkling of the lights dancing across the field. Every sound, even the most delicate, seems to touch the heart directly, reminding you that the world for now is just a space of peace, a space where nothing is demanded, where everything is permitted. As you walk slowly through the valley, you feel each step transforming into a natural impulse of floating. The body becomes light but still connected to the earth, balanced in perfect harmony. There is no tension, no effort. Every muscle releases completely, every joint relaxes, every fiber surrenders to the deep rest that approaches. As the body surrenders, the mind transforms into a tranquil field. Thoughts arise and disappear without disturbing, like clouds crossing a clear sky. There is no need to grasp anything, to resist anything. Each breath deepens this state even more, as if every cell of yours were absorbing serenity and releasing any remnant of restlessness. Suddenly, you notice a gentle rise in the terrain ahead. A small hill rises, and upon reaching the top, the view opens to a panorama that combines the starry sky with the faint light of the valley below. The contrast between height and space creates a sensation of inner amplitude, as if the mind itself expands along with the landscape, perceiving its own vastness, feeling that there is space for everything, to rest, to release, to simply be. The breeze that crosses the hilltop carries an even more delicate, deeper aroma that envelopes the entire body. It's as if every molecule of this air were made to calm, to nurture, to restore. Feel it travel every inch of your body, passing through your feet, rising up your legs, enveloping your torso, your arms, reaching your face, and finally filling your head with absolute quietude. And in this moment, you perceive that every part of your body is synchronized with the breath, with the breeze, with the rhythm of life itself that pulses silently around. The heart beats calmly and constantly, the muscles rest, the mind is tranquil. You feel the total surrender to the present moment, a state of presence that requires no effort, only allows itself to exist in perfect harmony. Now imagine the small floating lights drawing even closer, forming a delicate circle around you. They do not blind, they do not bother. They only warm, transmit comfort, protect. Each light seems to whisper without words that everything is all right, that you can let yourself be carried, that there is no danger. And receiving this message, every cell of the body surrenders to deep repose, feeling sleep approach like a soft and constant tide. On the hilltop, enveloped by the circle of floating lights, you perceive a sensation of total lightness. The body seems to dissolve softly, as if every cell floats in harmony with the breeze, the light, and the silence around. There is no more tension, no resistance. Every muscle rests, every joint relaxes, every breath lengthens naturally, following the slow and serene rhythm of the environment. The sky above appears deeper, dotted with stars that seem to shine only for you. They do not compete with the light of the valley but complement it, creating a silent dance of light and shadow that induces contemplation and surrender. Looking at these stars is like feeling your very soul expand, finding space and freedom within your own being. As you contemplate the sky, you feel the mind moving further and further away from the need to judge, plan, or control. Thoughts arise briefly like delicate shadows and dissolve softly, leaving only space for absolute repose. The body and mind now coexist in perfect harmony, recognizing that rest is natural, essential, deserved. The breeze continues to envelop the body, carrying delicate scents, and the dancing lights create hypnotic movements that cradle the heart. Every instant in this scene increases the feeling of safety and protection. There is no hurry, no expectation, only surrender. The field, the hill, the mist bridge, the lights, everything combines into an experience of repose that involves body, mind, and soul. You perceive that you are at a point of perfect balance between wakefulness and dream. You don't need to strive to sleep, because sleep arises naturally, guided by all this harmony around. Every deep breath, every heartbeat, every movement of the air contributes to this state of total surrender. And as sleep approaches, you feel a soft warmth enveloping your entire body, not heavy but protective, comforting. It begins at your feet, rises up your legs, envelopes your torso, passes through your arms, envelopes your neck, and finally your head. Every part of the body surrenders to this gentle warmth, allowing repose to settle in every cell. As the mind floats in this state, soft images may arise, like ethereal memories or dreams not yet formed. They require no comprehension, only sensation. Each image is a reminder that you are safe, that all is well, that rest is deserved. And the more you surrender, the deeper the repose becomes, the more natural the transition to full sleep. Allow yourself to continue in this space, in this instant, for as long as necessary. Nothing needs to change, nothing needs to happen. Just exist, you in absolute repose, a silent and restorative meeting between body, mind, and soul. On the hilltop, enveloped by the floating lights and the soft breeze, you feel the body and mind becoming more and more integrated with the harmony of the environment. Every breath prolongs the state of repose. Every heartbeat reinforces the sensation of security. There are no more barriers between you and the space around. You and the valley, the sky, the stars, the wind, everything becomes a serene and silent unity. The gentle warmth that envelopes the body continues to rise, permeating every cell. It is not an oppressive heat but an invisible embrace that transmits care and protection. Every muscle relaxes even more deeply, every joint releases, every thought that tries to emerge dissolves naturally. It is a state of total surrender, where the body rests, the mind observes silently, and the soul finds a safe refuge. Around, the valley and the field seem to expand infinitely. The lights dance in slow movements, creating delicate patterns that cradle the senses. The distant sound of the stream, combined with the full silence, transforms into a silent music that travels through your entire body. Every cell vibrates in this subtle melody, every fiber absorbs the repose, every heartbeat synchronizes with this deep harmony. You perceive that there is no need for effort to continue resting. Sleep approaches like a calm and constant tide, covering the body and mind with softness. Every instant in this space increases the feeling of safety, of care, of protection. Everything that remained of tension dissolves. Everything that remained of worry fades away, leaving only a sensation of full and natural surrender. As you remain in this state, notice that time has ceased to exist. Every second prolongs itself softly, allowing the body, mind, and soul to connect with absolute quietude. You need do nothing, you need not think, you need not control. Just exist, floating in this space of repose and serenity, where sleep is the natural consequence of this surrender. And so, as the lights continue to dance, as the breeze travels every centimeter of your body, as the silent melody cradles every cell, you let yourself be carried. Sleep comes softly, inevitably, naturally. You surrender completely, feeling every part of you resting deeply, knowing you are safe, protected, cared for, loved by the silence and the night. With every breath, you approach even closer to a deep state of rest, where body, mind, and soul regenerate. All that exists in this instant is peace. All that exists in this instant is care. All that exists in this instant is you, allowing yourself to be carried by restorative sleep. You now find yourself in a state of tranquility that already surpasses any worry. The body rests, the mind is serene, and the soul perceives that rest is not only possible but essential. Everything around remains soft. The faint light enveloping the field, the whisper of the breeze, the distant echo of the stream, all the sounds and sensations combine to create a safe and comforting environment. As you remain in this state, it is as if time has ceased to exist. Every second stretches, allowing the body to absorb every instant of repose. The muscles are totally loose, the spine supported, the head rested, the shoulders dropped. Every part of the body integrates with the sensation of total surrender, as if being supported by invisible hands that care for every detail of your rest. You perceive that your breathing has become deep, rhythmic, natural. There is no effort, no tension, only the soft expansion and contraction of the body that follows the rhythm of the universe around. Every inhalation brings calm. Every exhalation dissolves any remnant of restlessness. Sleep is not sought. It flows to you, inevitable, serene, like a tide that slowly covers the sand without hurry, without resistance. At the same time, the mind expands into a space of absolute quietude. Thoughts arise only as passing clouds and disappear without disturbing. There is no need to understand, no need to act. Just exist, rest, feel your own presence in the moment. And in this state, every cell of the body seems to absorb serenity. Every fiber fills with quietude. Every heartbeat accompanies the harmony of the surroundings. As you observe this state of surrender, feel a soft energy travel through your entire body. This energy is comforting, restorative, healing. It enters through your feet, rises up your legs, crosses your torso, passes through your arms, reaches your head, filling every space with a sensation of calm and well-being. You perceive that not only does the body rest, but the mind and soul also regenerate. Around, the soft lights continue to dance, and you feel there is no need to do anything, to control anything, to resist anything. Every instant is dedicated to rest. Every breath deepens the sensation of surrender. Sleep approaches, and you feel the certainty that, upon closing your eyes completely, you will plunge into a full state of repose, where nothing can disturb the serenity that has taken hold of you. Allow yourself to simply be. There is nothing to solve, nothing to achieve, nothing to remember. Just breathe, just feel, just surrender. Every cell of the body understands that this is the moment of regeneration, and you perceive that there is no hurry, no obligation, only the full presence of the peace that envelopes every part of you. As you remain in this state, you feel every part of your body softly dissolving into the sensation of rest. The muscles relax even more, the joints release completely, and lightness spreads from the tips of your toes to the top of your head. It is as if your entire body were floating on a cloud of serenity, surrendered to the invisible touch of the night. The environment around remains constant in its softness. The delicate breeze continues to caress your skin, bringing subtle scents that remind you of comfort and protection. The floating lights dance slowly, forming patterns that the mind follows without effort, inducing a state of silent contemplation and deep well-being. Every detail reinforces the feeling of safety, as if the entire universe were present only to care for you. The breathing becomes even deeper, rhythmic, and complete. Each inhalation carries a sensation of renewal. Each exhalation dissolves any tension or residual thought. It is as if the very air transports calm to every cell, every nerve, every part of the body. And as the body surrenders to gravity and the sensation of comfort, the mind lets itself be carried by this current of serenity, lighter and lighter, looser and looser. Meanwhile, small images or memories may arise softly, but without demanding attention. They come and go like reflections on calm water. Soft, impermanent, tranquil. There is no need to hold or interpret anything. They just pass and you remain present, breathing, feeling, surrendering to deep repose. You perceive then that sleep is not a goal but a natural consequence of this state of peace. It approaches steadily like soft waves that arrive at the shore slowly, without disturbing, only enveloping. Every part of the body surrenders more and more, and every thought that still tries to arise dissolves naturally, making space for absolute rest. The heart beats slowly, constantly, almost synchronized with the rhythm of the universe around it. Every cell vibrates at the frequency of calm, absorbing serenity and releasing any remnant of tension. The body, mind, and soul become a perfect unity, as if everything were exactly in the right place at the right time at the right rhythm. As you surrender, you perceive there is no need to resist. Rest is inevitable, natural, restorative. Every breath, every heartbeat, every light touch of the breeze is a silent reminder that you are safe, protected, and totally cared for. Sleep then emerges like a gentle embrace, leading you to a deep state of regeneration and well-being. As you surrender more and more, you perceive your entire body becoming light and still, but not rigidly. It is a pleasant weight, as if completely supported and protected by an invisible force. Each deep breath expands this sensation of calm. Each exhalation softly dissolves any tension that might still exist. Sleep approaches effortlessly, filling every space of the mind with serenity, silence, and quietude. Around, the environment merges into a space of faint light and soft sounds. The breeze travels your entire body, carrying sense of comfort and security, touching every cell with delicacy. The floating lights continue their calm dance, but now you need not observe them. They just exist, silently reminding you that all is well. This is the moment of complete surrender, of absolute repose, where there is no hurry, expectation, or worry. The mind is now in an almost meditative state. Thoughts that once arose quickly become passing clouds that disappear without effort. There is no need to focus, to reason, or to remember. Just existing becomes enough. The body, mind, and soul harmonize in this instant, feeling safe, protected, and comforted by the imagined environment and by the very deep rest. As you plunge into this state, you perceive that sleep is not only physical but also emotional and spiritual. Every emotion finds rest, every heavy memory softens, every anxiety dissolves. It is a sleep that heals, that restores, that integrates every part of you in balance and harmony. The sensation of peace becomes absolute, permeating every breath, every heartbeat, every pulse of life within you. You now feel a tide of rest that travels through your entire body, rising from your feet, passing through your legs, torso, arms, neck, and head, like a continuous wave that carries all that is heavy away. The heart beats slowly, regularly, synchronized with the rhythm of the universe around you, and the mind surrenders to complete quietude, allowing full sleep to fill every inch of your being. And as this state deepens, you perceive there is nothing out of place. There is no tension, no urgency, no hurry. Everything is exactly as it should be. Every cell, every thought, every emotion is aligned with the serenity of the moment. Repose becomes inevitable, total, restorative. Sleep emerges as a natural, soft, continuous embrace, leading you to a state of complete regeneration. Sleep now envelopes you completely, like a calm and constant tide that covers every part of your body, every space of your mind, every layer of your soul. There is no need for effort, only surrender. Every breath deepens the repose even more. Every heartbeat follows the soft rhythm of the universe that seems to bend to protect your rest. The floating lights, the soft breeze, the delicate scent of the field, everything merges into a unique sensation of absolute comfort. There is no hurry, no expectation, nothing beyond the present. You perceive that you are totally safe, completely cared for, wrapped in a quietude that goes beyond the physical body, reaching the mind and soul, restoring every cell, every thought, every emotion. As sleep deepens, any remnant of worry, anxiety, or tension dissolves. The body is heavy and light at the same time, as if sustained by an invisible force. The mind clings to nothing, only floats in the sensation of absolute peace. And the soul feels silently that this is the moment of regeneration, of balance, of connection with your very essence, without hurry, without effort, just resting. You perceive that this rest is not fleeting. It settles, permeates every part of you, and remains even as consciousness softly dissolves into deep sleep. Every cell feels renewal, every fiber absorbs serenity, every thought transforms into absolute quietude. The body, mind, and soul work together in perfect harmony, in a restorative repose that heals, calms, and strengthens. Now allow yourself to feel that the world around no longer needs to be observed. There is no need to worry about tomorrow, about obligations, or about memories. Only the present moment exists, complete, full, safe. And it is in this instant that sleep takes you completely, leading you to a state of absolute rest, where every cell, every heartbeat, every breath merges with the harmony of the universe. As you plunge into this state, you feel you are finally free. Free to rest, free to dream, free to renew. And in this space of total surrender, sleep becomes inevitable, continuous, deep. Every instant is filled with peace, every moment with security, every breath with quietude. And so slowly you let yourself be carried to absolute rest, where body, mind, and soul regenerate, align, and prepare for the new day. The silence, the light, the breeze, and the harmony remain as guardians of this rest. Full sleep envelopes everything, creating a space of infinite serenity, where peace has no limits and tranquility is eternal. And now you rest.